Hey, Hickok45 here. And you can tell where you are, right? You're at the compound. I bet you can see some targets behind me. Hopefully none of them walking around or stumbling along with weird looking faces. You let us know if you see anything back there. As you can see, you've got some strange looking folks sitting on either side of me. They are outlaws from out of town, by and large. Fellow YouTubers. And these four individuals represent about half of the folks that John and I subscribe to. You might recognize them. Why don't we go around and just let them introduce themselves?
I'm 22 Plinkster. A lot of you guys call me Plinkster. I have a channel where I do a variety of trick shots. I also do 22 gun reviews, and I hail from Middle Tennessee here.
I'm Destiny from Fate of Destiny. My channel focuses on weapons, gear, and fitness with a twist. I'm from Wisconsin.
I'm Stormgewehr from the Military Arms channel. I primarily focus on gun reviews, gear reviews, and shooting various guns and stuff like that on camera, and also I'm from Indiana.
Tennessee Outdoors 9, probably better known as TN Outdoors 9, and believe it or not, I am from Tennessee. Probably known more for Glock videos, montages, point of view shooting, AR-15s, shotguns, 22s, and ammo testing.
Hey, everybody got it right. Not bad, not bad. And don't be alarmed, folks, just because I have earplugs on. I just realized that. I promise not to shoot. If I do, I'll warn these folks. But it's good to have them on campus or have them on the compound today. So far, it's been fine. Nobody's misbehaved or anything. Destiny hasn't tased anybody, so we're in pretty good shape here. We're keeping an eye on her. But it really is neat to talk with people that John and I have met as we've traveled around to various conventions, and Destiny was down last summer, as you know, and we've done a lot of things with 10 Outdoors 9. We've known Plinkster here for a while, probably too long, and then I met Tim at the convention, and I've been following the videos of these folks for a good while. One reason they're here, the main reason we subscribe to them, other than they're pretty good folks, is they do things right. If you've noticed their video, now we all push the edge occasionally, no doubt about that, I guess. But these folks do things the right way, and that's who we want to be associated with when it comes to the shooting community, you know, and that's the way most shooters are. As you all know, if you're a real shooter, you know that's just the case. Most shooters are the best people around, and we want to be associated with people like this. So we really do appreciate having them on the compound. Now we find out a little bit more about them, how everybody here got started doing this crazy stuff, you know, doing videos. You know, John and I got started kind of in a roundabout way, really not intending necessarily to do what we've done, and certainly with no idea that it would get this big, or that we'd be doing exactly what we're doing right now. I did some videos for my students and that kind of thing, and then I would send them to John when he was in college. And what do you think about it, John? Tell me what you were doing over there in college besides studying.
Well, of course, I grew up here, and I was used to walking out, you know, just like Dad, and you know.
Let's stop.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody silence their
What a
phones.
dork! What a dork I am. I remember on every other video, but then this.
I do it all the time.
That's KGB.
That is.
I'm not even going to comment on your choice of music.
Yeah, I know.
It's fitting.
Well, of course, just like Dad, I grew up shooting here and everything. I was used to being able to just walk out the back porch and take a few shots, you know, as long as Dad was around when I was a kid. And when time came, I moved out and went to college. You know, I started to realize how unique of a thing that was to be able to just shoot when I wanted to on my own place. And living in the city, that was kind of hard to do. So then I found myself spending a lot of time on the internet when I should have been studying, of course.
Yes.
Looking at YouTube videos. And at the time, some of the stuff I saw wasn't too impressive. So me and Dad, you know, we would talk on the phone a lot, you know, since I was, you know, kind of far away. And you know, we just got to talking about it or whatever. I was like, hey, you know, I've been watching this stuff on YouTube. You know, I was like, you know, you're way more qualified to do this kind of stuff than they are. And, you know, you've already done stuff like this. You ought to just, you know, throw it up on YouTube. And we just kind of talked about it, you know, and you remember you started doing some of those first videos before I was even
Right, I just used the tripod like we're doing now, and put a little pocket camera on there, and got out the Glocks instead of the guns of the Old West. And you know, I think there's still a video or two up there where I went back and had to turn the camera on. You see me reaching at the camera to shut it off. I didn't even know how to edit video. So it's probably a good thing, and it's probably a good thing I didn't look at other shooting videos. I might have tried to copy them, you know, and maybe that would not have been the best thing to do. Just did my own stupid stuff, and what John and I talked about doing, and you know, it worked out pretty well. And you know, y'all know that story pretty well, so I won't go into a lot of detail. And then, of course, John and I are partners in the Hickok45 channel. Of course, a lot of people think he's just the cameraman, and of course he's not. You know, we talk and work together on everything, and we make all the decisions together. We agree together, we argue together, we do all of that, don't we, John?
Yeah.
So it works out pretty well. We both have lots of ideas, and John does most of the editing, all the editing actually, and we hash it out together. And so it's not just me. I'm just the idiot in front of the camera. So
Sometimes we have knockdown dragouts, but that's what makes it good, I think.
yeah, and we combine our ideas, and then we come out with something that's okay. And then we turn the camera on and go for 20 minutes and bore you to death, right?
Yep.
So we'll shut up because this is more about the guests here today, and we want to. Yeah, how did you guys get started? 10 Outdoors 9.
Well, actually, you got me into this. I can blame you for two things. One, I bought my first gun on that front porch up there many years ago, so I've known Hickok for a while. I think some people, or most people, know that. So you got me to buy my first gun up here on the porch, and then you gave me a call, I want to say in 2008 or 2009, which is right after YouTube had gotten started, and said, hey, I posted a video of me shooting at a steel buffalo with a revolver, and people are watching it. I mean, okay. So at that point, some of you might remember YouTube used to track how many videos you watched, and that showed publicly on your channel. And at that point, I had been in YouTube for about a year, didn't have any videos uploaded, only had a couple of guns, if that, I mean 2 or 3, that's all I had in the collection at that point. And I had watched probably 10,000 videos, most of them music videos and shooting videos. So I got to looking around and said, what can I bring to the table? So I said, I've only got 2 or 3 guns, and there's people out there posting videos of all different types of guns and shooting scenarios. And at that point in time, I really didn't have the resources to do that. So I kind of focused on ammo testing. I just felt like while there were some people out there doing that, and some people still doing that and doing a good job, and now more people doing it, which I think is great, I kind of latched onto that, and I think it's really what got things started. I actually had some train videos and some airplane videos and other things at that point. But after the first 8 or 9 months, it became apparent that people wanted to see the shooting videos of the guns that I had and the ammo tests. I took everything else and just dropped it from the channel. And that's pretty much how it got started for me.
Now, what about those 10,000 videos you watched? Were those all shooting videos? What about the Victoria's Secrets videos?
There's some good
That's all right.
good PG rated content on YouTube. That's
Yeah,
all
we
I'm
want
going to
it.
say.
Okay.
Yeah. I know I use my other channel to watch those.
Okay.
What about you, Tim?
Right, exactly.
I guess I kind of sort of stumbled into it. I started posting short videos, just me out shooting steel plates, or my buddies doing something goofy, or myself doing something goofy. And I'm very active on the gun boards. And so I started, making posts about reviews and things like that, and it just dawned on me I could do a review of a handgun on video and just post a link to it and not type some lengthy text post. And so that's how it kind of started for me. I put my first review up, it got a really good response. People said, oh, I wish you would do more. Hey, can you do this pistol, or can you do this rifle? And it just kind of went from there. So I kind of just stumbled into it. I didn't set out to start a YouTube channel. I just did one to share goofy videos, and it just evolved into what it is today.
That's cool. I can relate to that. I used to be really active on the gun forums too. I don't seem to have as much time now, but I know I can relate to
I've
that.
seen some of your posts.
It's my goofy post.
Well, I'll go ahead and go. It all happened by accident for me. My channel started as a dare from a buddy of mine who lives in a different state, and he watched Top Shot, and I watched Top Shot, and there was a certain shot on there that we were talking about, and he said, no way you can do this. Well, I said, well, I can do it, and he said you couldn't. So we went back and forth. So when I got home, I stuck a camera up and backed up and did the shot and uploaded it to YouTube, and had to come up with some crazy generic name, and that's where I think 22 Plinkster came up with, and I uploaded the video, and we laughed about it, and I just left it as that. Well, I guess it was probably about 3 weeks later, somebody commented on that video, and I had no idea how YouTube worked. Only watch YouTube. Really, I watched a few gun videos here and there, but mostly I just watched YouTube when a video would go viral, or watch somebody get hurt on fail blog or something like that. So, you know, that's the only time I used YouTube. So, but, you know, someone commented on that video that I posted and asked me to do something else, and so I did that. And, you know, after about 3 or 4 of those, I said, well, I'm going to start doing just trick shots, I guess. So here I am 7 months later. I guess I'm kind of the rookie at all this compared to you guys. Been doing it for about 7 months, and you know, I enjoy it. It's fun, but you know, the trick shots are a little challenging at times, but you know, I just have a good time doing it. So.
Sounds great.
Mine ended up being kind of accidental in a similar way, where had a friend living out of state, and we wanted to stay in touch, so we had the idea of we'll throw up YouTube videos whenever we do something interesting, so we can stay in touch instead of just, you know, calls and email and whatever. So I was going to the range with my dad because he was picking out a revolver, and he was on the fence between the GP100 and the Smith & Wesson 686. So we figured, well, our range has both. Why don't we go and we'll try it? And I like to accompany my dad a lot of times. I don't know that I rarely ever go to the range without him. So I went to the range with him, and I thought, I have my cell phone. I'll throw up a quick little video of this and put it to YouTube. And before I knew it, videos like that, they were just like 10, 15-second clips, and they were getting attention. People were asking my opinions on things, and I found this whole like community of shooters, because where I'm from in Wisconsin, there are really not a lot of hobbyist shooters. Usually if you're into guns, you're a hunter, and I like the idea of hunting, but I've never been, and so my interest in shooting just kind of exploded when I found there was this whole community of people who are just as crazy about guns, as enthusiastic about guns as I am, and I got to learn from other people shooting, and I found that it could be a creative outlet for me. So I like to, you know, do gun reviews, do shooting videos, but I always try to find some way to put my own little twist on things to keep it interesting and fun for me.
It does. It's successful. That's interesting. Yeah, we all came into this kind of the same way, a lot of ways. Yeah. I mean, who could have known anyway? Now we've all come into this at different times, but how could we have known that YouTube would get this big, for one thing, and the shooting channels, and then also that anybody would care about our videos necessarily?
It seems to be a common theme. We've all kind of stumbled into it one way or the other.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a master plan. We just
Really?
wound up with a camera and a gun.
And we're fortunate in that people seem to like, I think, everything we all do. May not like everything we do, but they like enough of what we do to keep us going. You know?
And we all make the videos that we would like to see ourselves.
Yeah.
So and people end up liking that. So
exactly. And that's what's helped John and me. And that's the thing, because I get that question almost every day. Well, how can I get a channel going big and get a lot of subscribers? I don't know. I don't have any secrets, you know. Just do what you like to do.
Right.
Just do videos that you enjoy doing, and try to do it well, whatever it is that you want to do. You know, we always tell people, but it can be frustrating at times, but most of the time it's a lot of fun.